Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Real funny comic is here, Tammy Pescatelli. What's up, Tam?
Everything, nothing.
See, now you tried to get over on me. I knew we had met before because we worked together before, and then you tried to tell me we never met.
Well, I didn't want to make you feel. Listen, you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I read your book,
right?
And I didn't want to make you feel bad because you have to understand there's such an empathy of what you went through with all this stuff. So, it was so brutal and honest. And I know you had those moments that you said there were certain places that you didn't remember. And we happened to be one of them. So I thought, well, I don't want to make you feel bad about it. I thought it was one of those places.
Where you opened for me a couple of times.
Couple times.
Where?
Well, Cleveland. I'm a Cleveland girl. So that's when you guys are.
What year was that about?
Oh, God, I've been a comic for 20 years. So I think it was early. Well, I worked with you once right before Stern.
Right.
And then I worked with you once after Stern. And all in Cleveland or Columbus.
Oh,
right around there.
Columbus,
all Ohio,
right.
I
know I played the Funny Bone in Columbus a bunch of times. Cleveland, was it a theater? Maybe the State Theater?
The State, no. Once at the Improv.
Oh, the Cleveland Improv. Yeah.
They love you.
Good room.
They love you.
The Cleveland crowd's always good to me.
I'm there next week, so we'll see what happens.
You got the Cleveland Improv next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you were in L.A. and then you had a baby.
Right, got married.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Right. Thank you. I don't know if it's mine. No, I'm just kidding. It's so stupid.
Is it mine?
Yeah.
We were on the road quite a bit together.
No, I never went with comics, thank God.
Good for you.
Well, we had to live in condos in those days. Those horrible condos.
You've done the comedy condo thing, right?
And then I grew up, I don't know if you remember, but like in a sports family. My father played professional football. And
real Cleveland blue-collar sports family.
That's it.
I know you. I know who you are.
Well, it's so funny because I didn't want to make, I just love you and I feel bad.
And you always did well. Those are tough crowds. I remember you always, because when people would ask me about who's going to open for me at a place like Cleveland, if they wanted to be somebody local, especially a woman, you go, can she handle it? Not to be condescending, but look, I'm thinking of her, and they were always like, I remember the guy over in the Improv said she can handle it. And you handled it.
Well, because my house, if you ever grew up in my house, they would say such evil stuff to you that you couldn't, it's nothing. You don't even really know what happened to me.
During a Browns game. Well, that's good. So now you move from L.A. back out closer to Cleveland, then?
Yeah, just to get rid of my my craziness around L.A. and put him by my family.
That's a good idea.
He's normal. Like my kid is normal. He lives a normal life.
How old
go
is he?
all over. He just turned 6 yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So
you got a handful.
Yeah. I apologize, but I can't tell you how much I love Mike because he looks just like my step-grandmother.
There you go.
Every time I see you, I feel so happy.
He's
like,
a beloved,
oh my God, she's alive.
Mike's a beloved guy.
She's from Southern Italy?
Are you a Sicilian? Well, no, Mike, no. It's so cute because every time I see you on TV, I'm like, oh my God, and she would deliver. If she was a weatherman, she would do it just like you.
Thank you. I'm sorry to see that little beef before you got here. We were just having
oh my God, it's crazy.
I know, you guys are like chicks. You're really just crazy, fighting like broads.
Do you come from a passionate Italian Cleveland family? Because people don't realize in Jersey, New York, Cleveland is a very Italian, may I say, mafia-oriented area. A lot of Youngstown, Cleveland, a lot of fellas. A lot of fellas from there.
In the old days, they used to all be there. Now but people never believed it. Like I did this show, and people were like, "Oh, she's not really Italian. She's from Cleveland." And I'm like, "What do you think? We're only allowed certain areas? We have like restraining orders."
Cleveland's as Italian as you get.
Dean Martin.
How
can you?
Steubenville, Ohio guy.
Right. Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa's a guy from that area. You have the Detroit-Cleveland connection. And then absolutely. I don't mess with guys from Youngstown. Youngstown are the toughest mother effers on the planet.
Oh, they used to. When I was a kid in Youngstown, they were blowing up cars every other day. Like people would go to the mall and cars would just pop off like meth trailers in Florida right now. You know,
that's exactly what happened. Wow.
Yeah.
But well, that's a good place to bring your son to.
He lives normal. Like I can't. We all mess up our kids probably anyway. I feel like I live such a crazy life that I think my parents. They feel responsible for sometimes they feel responsible for how messed up I could be or can't be.
Parents are going to go through that guilt. I tell my poor mother, I'm like, Mom, listen, just concentrate on the good stuff. every F up thing is my fault. Like,
Yes,
there's
and
nothing
no,
she did
sometimes-
wrong with me. I made every wrong decision I've ever made.
Absolutely. However, I will say in my house was a little bit different. Like I would say like I'm cold, and it's a very Italian thing to just never admit any kind of defeat at all.
Yeah.
So I would go like, "I'm cold," and they're like, "No, you're not." Like, I'm
Shut
hungry.
up!
No, you're not. You know what I mean? Like, I just told you. You know now, like they say, talk to your kids. See how are you feeling about this? We didn't have feelings. There were no such thing. Just eat and you shut up.
Well, on the back of my book, I put a quote from my Uncle Frank. You're so stupid, yet you live. You know, he would say that to me and my cousins. He would watch us. He worked construction. He would get us jobs working construction. I remember one time I tried to sheetrock a bathroom and it was uneven. He goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ, you are so stupid, yet you live." I've had Uncle sit me down going, "Listen, I really want to talk to your mother. I really think you might be retarded."
Well, that's why I can do well with hecklers, because that's what I dealt with this crazy nose, which I appreciate the angle.
Oh, you look fine.
I'm too old to care anymore. Like, you know,
After
I used
a
to want to
baby,
be
you
hot.
look gorgeous. My God.
Thanks.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll be lukewarm.
You look
I
the
don't
same,
care.
which is always good.
I have fun. Who cares? Getting to the point that you just don't care anymore.
How often are you on the road?
All the time.
Yeah, so
I
what
never
happens with the
stopped.
kid?
Well, I have an amazing husband who hangs out
great.
with my parents are in this town,
You need
my
that.
brothers. So he literally, like, I rotate around them.
So you're in between Pittsburgh and Cleveland?
Yeah,
That's
and I'm
where you
here
live?
a lot. Like, I drove here this week. I'll be back next
Well,
week.
that's about 5 hours.
Yeah, it's not really that bad.
Yeah.
It's just enough that, you know.
I've done the Cleveland drive for gigs a couple times. Pittsburgh, quite a bit. Pittsburgh, I can make it exactly 6. I've made it to Cleveland in 7.5.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, it's fine. And I enjoy it because literally, I tell you, when I'm off the road, I'm off the road.
Right.
It's not like I'm trying to run and do spots somewhere and I'm living a normal life.
You're not a workaholic.
Do you find yourself, since you were not allowed to have feelings and you were denied an opinion of any kind, with your
That's why I got a
6-year-old,
microphone. You know that, just so someone would listen to me.
with your 6-year-old, do you find yourself being overly coddling and asking him,
Good question.
Are
Or
you
you
cold?
the same way? Yeah.
How do you feel? I want to
no.
know how you feel, so that he's going to be like a
No, that's a really
John
good.
giving some
pansy.
parenting
No,
skills?
right. Right.
pansy.
And what if I said yes, I was, and then you've already denied me my
You gotta
right
realize
to
who you're
make my
talking
child
to.
a
John
whatever,
doesn't
right?
acknowledge sickness. Like
Right?
if you're sick,
No.
John goes, "No, you're not."
That's you were my father. I came home. I'll never forget this. My first little heartbreak. Right, like I'm 15 years old, and I come home and I'm crying. And
Shut up!
And he goes, "Run it off."
Run it off!
And he pushed me outside and made me run laps until I stopped crying. Now I'd get arrested, you know. But back then, that was good parenting.
That is
Have
good.
something to eat.
Yeah, no,
We
I
do
don't-
that.
I don't-
We do that in our house.
Do
My
you?
father
How
would-
old are your kids? Are they here? I would have.
3,
They're all in a home.
7, 9.
They're in cages.
And we do
at night.
that
They're
run it off
caged.
thing.
They're all in
They're
counseling.
caged.
They'd be here, but they're all in Hazleton in
No,
Minnesota.
I tell you the truth. I don't believe in that whole everybody's a winner concept.
Oh, of course, because they're not.
But I get.
If
but
everyone was a winner, where the losers come
well,
from?
I've stepped over 7 getting in the building.
I can't believe you
participation
throw a
medals.
rock in this room, including me, you'll hit one who's a loser. John,
Hey, I have my moments too.
But I met John's kids. You have great kids, at least
Yeah,
so
thanks.
far.
Yeah, they
they're,
seem
they're
good.
bigger winners than I am.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, I go, you just keep teaching your kid to just get by.
Right.
And I'm going to teach my kid to run yours over. Because now, instead of just being average, he's going to look like a phenom. Because his skills are going to look 10 times better because you don't care.
You have to be able. We got to take a break, but real quick, we'll talk more with Tammy. But you got to be able to see people's limitations and what they'd be good at. Like I think I can know. By the time my kid's 4, I think I can tell if he can be an astronaut or something. And I go, don't even try.
Yeah.
Just don't try. You're wasting your time.
Right.
So, listen. This is a very important conversation. The country has their ear goggles on because we're talking about raising children. With Tammy Pescatelli. All right? We're going to come back with more of Tammy, who's going to be at the Cleveland Improv this upcoming weekend, right?
That's right.
Okay. Back after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.